I cannot stand the way you look.
Hello, everybody. It is Catherine here with your love reading for Cancer, and I hope everybody is doing well today. And we are going to be doing a love bomb. So I already have some cards already pulled for you. But before we get into that, I just wanted to say welcome to everybody and hello. And I hope that you guys are having a blessed and wonderful day. So let's get started with your reading. This is a love bomb. Cancer. So, what we do in the love bomb is I will deal out some cards. Okay. Just kind of randomly deal out some cards. This is the energy underneath the deck that I pulled, you guys. And then I started with the Beach Time Soul Energy Oracle. And I followed up with the What's the Vibe Oracle deck. So we have those already here waiting. So let's just get started. So the first cards that I pulled, you guys. So I pulled Mirror, okay, and Cassette. And this is all your person's energy, okay? All of this here is your person's energy. So we have Mirror and we have Cassette. So there is an energy of someone who is looking in the mirror. They're looking at themselves, or there's an energy of someone who is reflecting on something that they did maybe in the past. All right. So some sort of self reflection. Okay. They're looking at how they reacted, how they acted, what they did, what they said. They're going over things, right? Because we have cassette, right? So there's the energy of replaying events, okay? Over and over. And perhaps saying, hey, I could have played that one a little bit better, or, I did a good job, or I did the best I could do, or whatever it is that you're doing when this person is looking in the mirror, right? And reflecting on whatever it is they're reflecting on. So next we have talking and self-indulgence. This was underneath the deck. Talking and self-indulgence. So honestly, what I get from this, a couple things. This could be someone who is talking to themselves, literally talking to themselves, or someone who maybe talk too much, and talk themselves into a situation where they were by themselves. Okay. By themselves. And it could be that this person is thinking about things that they said and they're feeling bad about it, or they're thinking about what they did and how they maybe like their motives for saying what they said was wrong. You know what I mean? Whatever it is, this person is looking in the mirror and they are realizing that perhaps maybe they said a little bit too much, or they were being very selfish and not really thinking about the other person so much. So it's interesting because in the other deck, first card that came out was, and I built like a little triangle of sorts. Not a triangle, but kind of like a pyramid. So we have consequences. Okay. Consequences, bad choices. Okay. Games and mixed signals. So, the next card out was narcissist, right next consequence. So someone was in their ego. Someone said something, perhaps they hurt someone's feelings, or they were thinking about themselves and they were being very selfish. They made certain comments, and I feel as though it has left them in a situation where they're, alone, or they're, you know what I'm saying? We have masks here. Okay, so someone holding a mask. This is someone who's hiding from something. They're covering something up. There's also an energy of someone who is being deceptive. They don't want you to see what they're hiding behind this mask. I'm getting an energy of someone who is like, they're hiding behind their words, right? They made very bad decisions, and now this person is trying to cover it up. This person is being deceptive in some way about something. This is also an energy of someone who told on themselves. Now, one thing I wanted to tell you is, even before the reading, y'all, I've been channeling this energy and I wanted to do this reading, but I had to put it off because I had other things. But the channel energy that I've been having is this, and just kind of like feel these words. You know how when someone promises you something, they mean it as a threat, and you get excited about it because it's actually something that you really wanted? Not even low key. It's like, really? Seriously? Almost like somebody saying, if you don't do this, then I'll leave. And you're like, when? How soon? You know what I mean? How soon is that going to be? That type energy. So someone is promising you something as a threat, or they said something, and this was just channel energy, but they're making a promise to you and saying things kind of like in a nasty, narcissistic way, right? Very egotistical energy, but not realizing not realizing because they're such a narcissist and they're so full of themselves, right? Selfish, okay. They just want to hear themselves talking, maybe. I don't know. That they don't realize that the very thing they're threatening this person with is the very thing that they have been hoping and waiting for, right? So that's the energy I'm getting around your person. All right. So we got masks. So there's something that they're covering up, or they're covering up how they truly feel, or, trying to lie about what they said, or there's something deceptive. Maybe that something came out. Maybe they talked too much. Like I said, this could be an energy of somebody who just literally talked too much, and they told on themselves type energy. That's what I'm getting. But we have glow up here, and then we have karmics. Okay, glow up, and we have karmics. So this represents someone moving on, right? But they're not just moving on, they're moving on towards something more. Okay, whatever this is. Okay, whatever it is bigger than, better than, or more than, or just an energy of, it's just new. It's newer than. You know what I mean? So there was a glow up, right? And this person was being deceptive prior to this glow up. So this narcissist, there's going to be some sort of consequence, because underneath the deck, what I'm seeing, and like I said, I feel like this person spoke too soon. But it's not too soon for you, because they probably revealed something to you. But we have under the deck, we have the first card out was hopeless. The next one was drowning. Okay. And then we have apology here. Okay. Look at the cat. Oh, so that cat looked like it just bit someone, doesn't it? Like, I mean, I love cats, but literally look at the fangs on that sucker. Like, look at the teeth on that, right? Not cool at all. That cat looked like it just did something. It says rash actions here, insincere and arrogant. This cat has a bandana on too, like a gang member or something. Like, this cat knows that it goes around biting people, like for a living, right? And whatever this cat said, did, they knew it was wrong from the start, but they did it anyways. We have hopeless and we have drowning. Listen, I feel like once this person walks away, or once they go to glow up, right? Once they move on to whatever is bigger, better, more than, newer, whatever the case may be, more successful, um, this person is going to lose something, or they're going to realize that it's not what they thought it was, that they acted rash here, and they need to apologize for what they said because it hurt. They drew that blood. Okay, they drew the blood. You know, when you bite, you can cut. When you cut, you can bleed. Okay, certain words you can't just really say because they'll flag you. So weird. I try. Y'all. I try. So, y'all, I'm getting an energy of somebody who said too much. They said something that they are going to have to eat later. They're going to put their foot in their mouth. They walked away too soon, and now they're regretting it. They're sitting in regret, hopeless and drowning. This is someone who is definitely in their feelings and feeling as though they messed up. They're feeling as though they can't come back. This is also a very sad energy. Okay. But hey, you can sometimes like try to tell people over and over, please, you know what I'm saying? Stop hurting me like that. 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 Please don't hurt me like that. Please stop. Please don't do that. Please don't say that. Please don't talk to me that way. Please stop saying that. And you can only say it so much until certain people, depending on who they are, depends on how soon or how later, will snap, crackle, and pop. Okay. And it'll be the end of that, right? This person will walk away. They will respond in ways you don't want. Okay. So we have money here. And look, new love. Okay. So again, with money here, there's an energy of something coming in. Okay. An abundance of something coming in, right? And I'm getting 10 Pentacles energy. And then we have new love here. So my thing is, this person thought that they had something new and shiny, and they thought that when they saw this, that, oh well, I'll just replace this with Cancer, or replace Cancer with this new situation. They hurried up and jumped, right? But I feel like something happened, like they jumped too quickly, right? So under the deck, we got a lot. We have Cupid's arrow and we have soulmates. So interesting here. This talks about being struck, some sort of surprise invitation here, right? And then we have a partnership and a soul contract or a life partner. So, two things can't be happening. You can't be in a situation with your soulmate and then get struck by Cupid's arrow. But that's what's happening with this person. They're already in a 10 of Pentacles here. They already are in a situation where they're living with someone, have a family, they already have some sort of a stable foundation that they are in, but then this new shiny thing shows up, right? And it just completely takes over in this person's mind, right? And then look, we have camera again, okay? Or no, not again. That was cassette, but same difference because there's an energy of replaying events over in your head. You're reminiscing about something. You're looking at a camera, you're looking at old photos. Same with cassette, you're replaying something. And then we have blowing a kiss here, right? So there's energy of someone giving and receiving and returning affection. So why, if this person is on to this bright, new, and shiny thing, are they thinking about the past? Why are they trying to blow a kiss back at you, Cancer? This is an energy of someone who's coming towards you, who made a decision. Sorry, y'all. It wasn't a good one. And now they want to come back. Now they want to come back around. So it's over. We have hammer here. And why do we have mirror? Y'all, I'm done with this reading. I am done with this reading. Do you see it? Hammer and mirror. Y'all, we started off with mirror. Okay. And now that is over. Now this person is looking in the mirror. Now that it's over, now they want to try to rebuild a situation. Why are they wanting to rebuild it? Well, because they're blowing a kiss at someone and they're not blowing it back. The person they were blowing it at. And the love is not being reciprocated. Okay. That's why. See, they're having to work. There's an energy of this person is having to work for this person that they have fallen into. We have an ice queen here. Okay, this person is realizing that it's not paradise. You have career and then you have paradise. How is it paradise if you're having to do this? Because you have an ice queen here sitting in the background. Oh, beauty queen. So not only do we have a queen of swords, but it's like queen of swords, queen of wands energy. Wants to be the center of attention, wants to be adored. This person, you can't have two of these, in one situation, right? I just feel like this person met their match. This narcissist walked away from you. They tried to cover this up. They tried to hide it, is what they did. And maybe they did hide it. Maybe they did cover it up, right? But this is the reason. I mean, there's no hiding from this. Like, let me put these cards out here because this is crazy. Like, career, paradise, ice queen, beauty queen. And then we have true love behind it all. See, they're coming back towards what was real, Cancer. That's the moral of this story. Do you see what I'm saying? It's always after the fact that they want to sit around and think about what it used to be like when they were just with Cancer. If they had just done right with Cancer, none of these things would be going wrong for them. Everything would be so much, so different. It would just be so different. They wouldn't have to work so hard just to be happy. But they're dealing with a cold-hearted person who has to be the center of attention. So a very, very needy individual, right? And this person's needs mean nothing. But when they were with Cancer, they wanted to do the most. They wanted to do the most. And now they're drowning in a hopeless situation, wanting to come back and apologize to you. Now they want to come back home. That's what this is all about. They left too soon. Tell me about mirror and cassette. Just going to go through these quickly. Mirror and cassette. So we have the world, okay? See, once it's over, and I'm sorry about my nails, y'all. I'll go and get them fixed in a couple days. I'm just so busy. My schedule is crazy and I can't get away. It snowed. We had a snowstorm. So it's just been a mess, y'all. Can't get out right now. And I'm dealing with this situation. I have to have oral surgery and going out in the cold. Oh my gosh, y'all. It makes everything worse. So I'm trying to limit everything until I get this handled, y'all. I'm going tomorrow for, hopefully they can do something to get me out of pain. I'm having a consultation. I'm not going back to the previous dentist that I was at, you guys, because they left like pieces, like a root tip from when I had a root canal. They left the tip of the root in my gum all this time, and it's just not been a good deal. So I'm not going back there, needless to say. And then they wanted to charge me like double. I don't know what they were thinking, but I'm not going back. So under the deck, the Knight of Cups. Okay, so yeah, this person is going back and forth thinking about what they did to ruin the situation. They're replaying events over in their head. They're thinking about, man, I shouldn't have flirted. I shouldn't have cheated. I shouldn't have done whatever it was that this person did. But with the Knight of Cups energy, I can only assume that, yes, they were definitely very flirtatious, moving back and forth, trying to be with this person and with that person all over the place. And it ended up costing, or there's an energy of this person ended things. And with the Knight of Cups, they had intentions on moving in on someone else. Like, this is someone who is very flirtatious and they get around, right? And they get around. But there was an ending here, right? And under the deck, the reason why there's an ending is because this person has been, they're trying to, okay, this person is not even in a relationship with anybody new, but they're trying to create an image for someone else. And this person thought if they would move away from you, distance themselves, break up with you, whatever the case may be, even abandon the connection, they thought that perhaps they could show that they are this single person to this other person and be like, yeah, be more available. You know what I mean? Be more available for this other person. See, we have the Six of Swords behind everything here. This is an energy of moving, making a quick move away, right? Trying to go towards a situation that they feel is calmer. They're going towards smoother waters with this Queen of Swords, Queen of Wands energy, right? Or so they think, right? And then we have this Four of Wands energy. So they're making promises, right? They're moving towards this other person while making promises with the Knight of Cups. This is somebody who's politicking. They're putting themselves out there. They're pimping. They're putting themselves out there, and they're trying to go to, whoever's gonna catch them up in their net like a wet fish. I'm just saying. Tell me about talking and self-indulgence. Tell me about talking and self-indulgence. What is this energy here? So we have the Seven of Pentacles here. Seven of Pentacles, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy. And that represents an energy of something that is someone's waiting for, perhaps. They put something out there and they're expecting a return. And we have talking and self-indulgence. Somebody said something and they were expecting a reaction. Or they said something and they were waited for a reaction. So this person may have started an argument or a fight. There's something this person does where they say things on purpose to antagonize or inflame or to cause a situation so that it can be amplified into an excuse or reason for them to do what they want to do. That's why we have this consequences and narcissists. They knew with masks, they knew what they were doing. We have temperance here and the Seven of Swords. I told you. See, this person thinks that they are so slick. You see what I'm saying? They're coming in with temperance and the Seven of Swords. It's almost like they'll say something expecting a reaction, and then they act as though they want to like calm things down. They try to act like the person who's not antagonizing the situation, when behind the scenes with the Seven of Swords, they very much orchestrated the entire ordeal. They had consequences in mind and in the first place. That's why that card came out before narcissist and before mask. Like, this person was looking for an end result. The end result was they wanted an excuse or a reason to be able to move towards this glow up situation. That's what I'm getting. That's what I'm getting. You tell me what that means for you, but that's what I'm getting here. So let's now cross over here to consequences here. Let's talk about it. Ooh, all these cards came out. All these cards came out. Look at this, y'all. So we have the Queen of Swords, the Hanged Man, the Ace of Pentacles, the Three of Swords, and the Moon. This person literally, that Queen of Swords is that energy that they are moving towards, the Ice Queen here, right? The other person. The Hanged Man, though, there's an energy of having to leave you behind, right? And thinking that you're not going to pick up on this, that you would not pick up on this, or you wouldn't know what they were up to, with the Ace of Pentacles here and the Three of Swords here with the Moon. It's like they were purposefully causing confusion in hopes of some sort of an ending, y'all, so that they can move towards this Ace of Pentacles, which is this new opportunity. I can't make this up if I tried. And with the career energy here in Paradise, literally this person was like they were working a whole entire job, and you would have thought this person was getting ready to live in a mansion on the island of Fiji with some exotic, I don't know what they thought they were going towards, but that is the way they were acting. They were completely indulging themselves. And I feel like this person talked themselves into a situation where they expose themselves, or they talk too soon. Like I said, they talk too soon and too much. Okay. And now this person is hopeless, drowning in misery, and apologizing and wanting to have you to forgive them. Okay. For being delusional, basically, because that's what they were. But Cancer, you deserve better than that. But let's move on, y'all. I mean, those cards just kind of, all these cards fell out here. I hate the way all those cards fell out, and me just to not take it. But let's see what we get. Let's see what we get. Tell me about consequences and narcissists. Okay. So we have the Hermit, the Seven of Cups, y'all, causing confusion. And that Hermit energy is someone who's literally like going away from others, like going into, like, I don't know, I don't want to say hiding, but this person is off to themselves. Because why? We have the Page of Swords here. Again, curious, asking questions with the Hermit. Yeah, this person, it's almost like they thought about the end result. They thought about the consequences of their actions prior to any of this popping off, right? So, whatever argument, whatever you went through with this person, please don't think that it was anything that you did wrong, Cancer. This person was looking for an end result, baby. They were looking for a way out, right? From the beginning. So there was nothing that you could have said wrong, right, done. They were trying to push specific buttons. Now, if you don't let the buttons get pushed, then that's going to sing a whole nother song to this person. And they're going to realize, with hopeless and drowning in apology, that you're not falling for it, and that they better like change the situation really quickly before it's too late. But unfortunately, like I said, this narcissist spoke too soon. They opened their mouth way too quickly, right? Because now they've exposed themselves. They tried to keep it covered. They tried to conceal it. They did, but they talked too much. They talked too much. They probably said something really disgusting in an argument, and it just told you everything that they were going to do. And you're like, oh, really? So that's what time. And I always feel like movies, you know, there's nothing in a movie that I don't feel like hasn't been like attempted or happened, or because where did the thought process come from? I'm sorry. That's just me. There's nothing new under the sun. It's even in the Bible. It says so itself. So I feel like this person, they knew what they were doing. This was a plan. Tell me about narcissists and masks. They thought they had covered up the situation. This is an opportunist here. All these cards coming out again, y'all. Now we got the Queen of Wands, the Nine of Wands, the Star, and the Four of Wands. I'm not going to take all these cards at once, but I could if I wanted to. I definitely could. There's an energy of being persistent. This person was confident. This person wanted something to happen, but they wanted to be seen. And I feel like they wanted to be seen by this Queen of Wands. They made a promise with the Queen of Wands and the Four of Wands here. They made a promise, y'all. I'm keeping this. And we have the Nine of Wands, y'all, with the Star. Like, they wanted the Queen of Wands to see how persistent snagging them. Do you see what I'm saying? This Queen of Wands probably said, you know, if you get rid of whoever you with, you know, then I'll think about giving you the time of day. You know what I mean? Seriously. And when this is on stage, this person might be a dancer, literally. And I'm not just talking about any kind of dancer. Okay? Private dancer, baby. I'm just saying, y'all, I'm not even kidding. With camera and blowing a kiss, I'm telling you right now, this person has went and fallen in love with a stripper. I fell in love with a stripper. That's what he did. That is what has taken place here. And when they leave everything and lose everything and give up all of their money, that's why we have this all this money to this bright, shiny, yeah. As soon as the stripper goes and purchases her first Ferrari, she's gonna zoom the hell off. And your person's gonna be sitting there in the dust, like standing there in the middle of a 2-lane road. Like, but I thought we were in this together. Y'all, I don't know why I get so much joy from that vision that I just painted for myself, but I did. So we'll go with it. But that is exactly what has happened. They have given all their money to this private dancer that don't want to have nothing to do with them. I mean nothing. I mean not nothing. Okay. And now they're sitting there looking in the mirror and singing Kumbaya. Cancer, please come home. Right? And you're just like, you're gone. Like, bro. Seriously? Instead of glow up, I almost just want to say grow up. Like, dude, you should be good, right? You left me to go glow up. Like, there should be nothing that you want or need from me in this time. I hope that things work out well for you, right? Now that you've made the decision of your life. So tell me about glow up here. I don't mean to sound so excited, but you know, sometimes karmics need to get theirs. So we have the Knight of Pentacles here, right? So there's an energy of this person was moving, progressing. All right. They were moving slowly. There's an energy of moving slowly, but there's also an energy of this person thought that they had someone that they can count on. That Knight of Pentacles talks about a sure thing, baby, reliable. You know, as the person is doing the reverse choo-choo train, but they're doing it the reverse way. Yeah, this is funny. They thought that they had it all. And they, y'all, I'm getting hot right now. I'm having like this biggest hot flash I've ever because I'm on the freaking money with this. This person thought they were on the gravy train. They thought they had like the best, hottest idea in town, and they were gonna purchase a stripper all for themselves. They were going to leave Cancer, and everything was going to be just, they were going to live happily ever after. Under the deck, we got the Six of Pentacles. Yeah, this person, their brain was very one-sided because the things that this person thinks, like, no one else could come up with. But this is an energy of a soulmate, right? This also talks about giving and receiving, but it's very one-sided. So once again, they were paying for a stripper. They were paying for a replacement for Cancer. Okay? That's what they were doing. This is what they were doing. Knight of Pentacles and the Six of Pentacles. They thought that they would glow up, but it was moving slow, right? But by that time, they had already talked too much. They had already, disrespected you, something they did, and they had to suffer the consequences earlier than they, really wanted to. So they had to try to speed up the payment plan. Y'all, I have 2 missing nails. I know it, but I'm going to get it fixed. I promise. I just could not snag it on anything. There's nothing worse than breaking a nail, and I've already done it with one, and I promised I wouldn't do it with the other one. So I just went ahead and took it off. If I could pop the other ones off, I would, but I really shouldn't. I'm just going to let them do it. And they'll have to redo them. All right, so tell me about karmics. Tell me about karmics. And look, we have the sun. Okay, so look, the sun here. So lessons learned, right? And I feel like when it's all said and done, right, the truth is going to come out. There's also an energy of this person thought that everything was going to be so wonderful. Like they thought that they would be so happy once they separated from you, but that instead they are only realizing the truth. Okay, the sun represents the truth, right? They're seeing things for what they truly are. Under the deck, the Two of Pentacles here, right? And this is someone who's basically kind of like going back and forth in their head, like, why did I do this? Why did I do this? I couldn't have done anything else but this. Like, why was this the first thing that I did? Right? They're trying to deal with the truth, right? They're trying to deal with the truth. They're going back and forth with it, and it's just not, yeah. They're feeling some type of way. They definitely are in their feelings. I have the Six of Wands. Okay, this is ego. They're definitely in their ego. And we have the Nine of Swords, and they are tormented. Okay, they are tormented right now about the decision that they made. They chose, and they chose wrong, baby. It is what it is. And now they have to work for it. Okay, now they have to spend all their money for bright and shiny things that don't even belong to them, right? What a mess. Tell me about this money and this new love. Tell me about this money and this new love. Ooh, baby, don't look so good. We have the Five of Swords, y'all. See, this person, this talks about someone who is literally playing mind games with this person. Literally. Like they are being taken over by this very confident ice queen Queen of Wands energy, y'all. That is the center of attention or is on stage doing something, maybe dancing. I'm getting that. I'm getting a lot of people looking at this person. So you're not the only person, okay? Cancer's person. You should have thought twice here. We have the Strength card. So this person is not only are they playing mind games, but with the Strength card, like this person is withholding all everything. Like there's no action, no activity. They're not giving it up. There's nothing going on but the rent. Okay, when it comes to this Ice Queen, Beauty Queen, that this person has glowed up towards, right? But they're gonna glow up and then they're gonna be like, clap on, clap off. Yeah, the lights are gonna go off very quickly for this person and look hopeless. They're probably drowning in debt when they come back. Look how his hands are. Listen, he looks like he's sitting on the curb. Okay, this is outside the strip club. And they spent that last payment and they went to go see Bambi, you know. I don't want to say Bambi. It is a stripper name, but yeah. And Bambi wasn't there. Bambi was gone to Vegas with our new boo and our new Ferrari. Person just paid the last payment on, you know. So yeah, not looking so good. Tell me about work in paradise. Ooh, that went in the reverse, y'all. We got the Queen of Pentacles in the reverse. I can't even think about this right now. Look at this. Y'all, work in paradise, and we got the Queen of Pentacles in the reverse. Okay. This is an energy of being insecure, financial insecurity, doing things for all the wrong reasons. This person was spending money on this Queen of Pentacles and knew they should have been at home with you. I have no sympathy for this person. I have no sympathy for this person. Whatever they're depressed about, whatever they lost, I mean, I guess I can feel sympathy, but I don't have any empathy. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I can't. Queen of Cups, why weren't they with you? Would they see? They should have been giving you their check. Take my money, my house, and my car. That's what they should have been saying. But no. They were working. They work hard for the money. So hard for it, honey. Yeah. It works hard for the money. So you better treat her right. Yes. Cancer. That is exactly what this person was doing, and they should have been doing it for you. What a mess. Tower behind the scenes, y'all. Sudden ending. Sudden change. Soon as you cross Cancer in this way, things are not going to go so well for you. Tell me about Hammer and Mirror. Sabotage and rebuild and looking in the mirror. Or no. Let's look at this Ice Queen, Beauty Queen real quick. Wait. Ice Queen and Beauty Queen. And then we'll look at Hammer and Blowing a Kiss. And then we'll look at Hammer and Mirror. Ice Queen, Beauty Queen. Ice Queen. That's funny that we got Ice Queen and Beauty Queen, but we did. I pulled those two cards right back to back. Look, 8 of Swords in the reverse. Okay. So this talks about really like accepting things for what they are, or coming to a point where you're accepting a situation, or you have a different perspective, or you're seeing things more clearly about a situation or a person. So now they're seeing this beauty queen as an ice queen. Now they see this person as cold. What? Not hot, mama. The pole that you went and glowed up for, and you create all these diversions and excursions so that you can go and be with this person. No, not they're cold. Not you're looking at them different. Oh, y'all. Why is this the only card in the reverse? Again, the Lovers in the reverse, y'all. This Lovers has been in the reverse the past couple readings of y'all's. If you have not noticed, please go and check out you guys' last reading. I think it was y'all's reading. But that Lover in the reverse energy, baby. Strong. Adam, Eve, and the snake, right? But in this case, the snake is taking over and someone is falling into temptation. But unfortunately, the person that they're falling into temptation is definitely not falling into temptation back, right? And that's what leads us into this next energy here with camera and blowing a kiss, right? So let's see here. How they're seeing this person. They're reaching out, they're blowing kisses, they're giving all their bank information, and they're getting zilch in return. I'm sorry. Tell me about camera and blowing a kiss. Woo, should have known better, baby. 5 of Pentacles. Now they're feeling all alone and isolated, all by myself. I'm just saying, y'all. I'm sorry. It's just terrible with the Page of Cups. Now this person is daydreaming. I'll be dreaming, hoping, baby, you will be there. That's what Cancer. That's what they are literally singing. All of these songs right now. They probably have a playlist going. Oh, it's just terrible. See, they ain't nothing but the devil. Look at that. You might be dealing with a Capricorn. And this person is just obsessed with trying to get you back now that it's over. Look, leading us into the next 2 cards. This is the cutest reading I think I've done in a minute. Just in a minute. Look, hammer and mirror. I love my spirit guides. Thank you for this beautiful reading. If you all have enjoyed the reading, please smash that like button. Quit playing with me. But hammer and mirror, like for real, for real. Once this person has sabotaged everyone's life, now they want to fix things. Tell me about hammer and mirror, please. Hammer and mirror. Now they're looking in the mirror and thinking about all the things that they could have done differently. Look at this. We have the 8 of Wands in the reverse, y'all. Fancy that. This is now an energy of someone who is feeling unprepared. They weren't ready for this. Or there's an energy of just plain old, like, can we do anything to like slow down this train that is like rolling over me right now? But yeah, I'm getting an energy of anything this person can do to delay the situation, anything they can do, because they're not ready. They're panicking. You know what I'm saying? Now that they've sabotaged the situation, now they're panicking and trying to rebuild things. They're looking in the mirror and like, holy crap. You know what I'm saying? I left Cancer for a a hope and a promise that I had to pay for and lost all my money. Oh, wow. Under the deck, the Eight of Cups. Yeah. Overwhelmed. Talk about drowning. Hopeless and drowning. Bringing us into the next few cards. Y'all, once again, cutest reading ever. Now they want to heal things. They want to fix things. They're starting to see. They have more clarity now. Okay, but as the more they see, the more down they are, the more depressed, the more in their feelings. Tell me about hopeless and drowning with apology. Okay, let's get one more. Hopeless and drowning with apology. Let's get two more. Okay, that's fine. So we have the Nine of Pentacles, the Ace of Pentacles. Look at that, 10 Pentacles. You had 10 Pentacles, but you went off with the Ace of Pentacles to look for a new opportunity. With the Nine of Pentacles, there was an energy of you left Cancer, or you allowed Cancer to go back into pre-Empress energy. Now Cancer has a new opportunity coming through. That's what's going to be so hopeless for this person. That's why this person is going to be sick to their stomach, holding their head in their hands. It's not even the fact that they lost all their money even, but they lost Cancer too. And look, the Hanged Man, see? Now they're sitting there looking pretty miserable. Pretty miserable. Y'all, I cannot make this up, but what a fabulous reading. Devil under is sick about it. Okay, they are. This devil energy doesn't, they wish they had never made that decision to glow up. You understand me? They're like, glow up what? They don't want to know anything about a glow or a up. Y'all, this is hilarious. But I am going to be coming back with Cancer's energy in the next reading. I love you guys so much. Please hit those like buttons if you like the reading. Let me know in the comments. And also make sure you guys are checking out the website and the other two channels, She Reads Tarot and Tarot Talk Live. I did do all 12 signs for November twice, and I'm already like 1/3 of the way through December. So we're starting on Virgo energy tonight. All right. I love you guys so much. And I will see you on the next one. And pray for me, y'all. I got to have surgery probably tomorrow. If not tomorrow, it'll be very soon. I love you guys. And I'll talk to you next time. Bye.